The lantern of the forgotten forest, on the edge of a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills and golden wheat fields, there lived a young boy named Ethan. He was known throughout the village for his curiosity, while other children spent there afternoons playing games in the town square. Ethan often wandered along hidden trails, searching for mysteries that others overlooked. The villagers frequently warned him about the forgotten forest, a vast woodland stretching beyond the northern hills. According to old legends, travelers who entered the forest rarely returned with the same stories. Some spoke of magical creatures. Others claimed the trees whispered secrets in the night. A few even believed that time itself moved differently beneath the forest's ancient canopy. Ethan loved hearing these stories. Instead of feeling afraid, he felt fascinated one autumn evening. As the sky glowed orange and crimson, Ethan visited the attic of his grandfather's old house. Dust-covered trunks filled the room. While exploring, he discovered a small wooden chest hidden beneath a pile of blankets. The chest was locked, but age had weakened the latch. With a gentle pull, it opened. Inside lay an old brass lantern. Unlike ordinary lanterns, this one shimmered faintly despite having no flame. Strange symbols circled its surface, and a silver handle curved gracefully above it. Attached to the lantern was a note written in faded ink, "To the one brave enough to seek the truth. The lantern reveals paths unseen. Follow its light when darkness hides the way." Ethan's heart raced. He hurried downstairs and showed the lantern to his grandfather. The old man stared at it for several seconds before speaking. "Where did you find this?" "In the attic," Ethan replied. His grandfather sighed deeply. "I hoped that lantern would remain forgotten. What is it?" The old man's eyes drifted toward the distant forest visible through the window. Long ago, an explorer named Elias carried that lantern into the forgotten forest. He was searching for the heart tree, a legendary tree said to contain ancient wisdom. Elias never returned. Ethan looked at the lantern. Then how did it get here? No one knows. That answer only increased Ethan's curiosity. That night, while the village slept, moonlight spilled through Ethan's bedroom window. The lantern rested on his desk. Suddenly, it began glowing. Soft golden light filled the room. Ethan sat up. The lantern's glow grew brighter and brighter until a beam of light pointed directly toward the northern hills, toward the forgotten forest. For a long moment, Ethan hesitated. Then he smiled. Adventure was calling. Before dawn, he packed a small bag with bread, water, a blanket, and a notebook. Carrying the lantern, he quietly left the village and followed the winding path leading into the forest. As he crossed beneath the towering trees, the air changed. The forest felt alive. Sunlight filtered through layers of emerald leaves. Strange flowers bloomed in impossible colors. Birds sang melodies Ethan had never heard before. The lantern floated slightly in his hand, gently guiding him deeper. Hours passed. Eventually, the familiar sounds of the outside world faded away. Then Ethan noticed something unusual. The trees ahead seemed to move. Their trunks shifted positions whenever he looked away. Paths appeared and disappeared. Without the lantern, he would have become hopelessly lost. As afternoon approached, he arrived at a clearing where a crystal stream flowed over silver stones. Beside the water sat a fox. At least it looked like a fox. Its fur shimmered blue, and its golden eyes glowed softly. To Ethan's surprise, the fox spoke. "You carry the lantern." Ethan nearly dropped it. "You can talk." The fox tilted its head. "That is your first question." Ethan laughed nervously. "I guess not. Do you know about this lantern?" The fox nodded. "It has guided many seekers. Can you help me find the heart tree?" The fox studied him carefully. "Many have searched. Most sought power. Some sought glory. Why do you seek it?" Ethan thought for a moment. "Because I want to understand the truth." The fox smiled. "Then perhaps you deserve to continue." It stood and pointed its tail toward a narrow trail. "Follow the river until sunset. Beware the valley of echoes." Before Ethan could ask another question, the fox vanished into sparkling blue mist. The journey continued. As the sun lowered, Ethan reached a rocky valley surrounded by steep cliffs. The moment he stepped inside, voices filled the air. "Ethan, Ethan, Ethan." The whispers came from every direction. At first they sounded friendly. Then they changed. "You are foolish. You should turn back. You will fail." The voices grew louder. Soon they shouted his fears. Every mistake he had ever made echoed through the valley. Every embarrassment, every regret. Ethan covered his ears, but the voices continued. He almost turned around. Then he noticed the lantern glowing brighter. Its light remained steady despite the chaos. Ethan focused on the lantern. Step by step, he continued forward. The whispers weakened. The valley ended. Silence returned. Ethan exhaled in relief. That evening, he camped beneath a giant oak tree. As stars appeared overhead, he wrote about his experiences in his notebook. He realized something important. The valley had not shown monsters. It had shown fear, and fear was often harder to overcome. The next morning brought new challenges. The forest grew darker. Massive roots twisted across the ground like sleeping serpents. Thick fog drifted between ancient trunks. By midday, Ethan reached a stone bridge spanning a deep ravine. Standing on the bridge was a giant figure made entirely of stone. The creature's eyes opened. "Traveler," it rumbled, "answer my question and you may pass." Ethan swallowed nervously. "What question?" The stone guardian spoke. "What grows larger the more you share it?" Ethan thought carefully. Many answers came to mind. Money. No. Food. Certainly not. Then he remembered something his grandfather once said. "The more kindness you give away, the more it grows." The guardian smiled. A wise answer. The bridge trembled gently. The stone figure stepped aside. "You may continue." Ethan crossed safely. Days passed. The deeper he traveled, the stranger the forest became. He encountered glowing deer that ran like streaks of moonlight. He discovered lakes reflecting different seasons on their surfaces. He watched stars appear beneath the ground while the sky remained blue above, yet the lantern never led him astray. Finally, on the seventh day, Ethan reached the center of the forest. There, hidden within a vast circular clearing, stood the heart tree. It was enormous. Its trunk was wider than a house. Silver leaves shimmered like tiny mirrors. Golden roots spread across the earth like rivers of light. The sight stole Ethan's breath. As he approached, a voice filled the clearing. "Welcome, seeker." The voice came from the tree itself. "You have traveled far." Ethan nodded. "I wanted to find the truth." The tree's branches rustled softly. "Many seek truth. Few understand what it means." Ethan looked up. "Can you teach me?" The heart tree remained silent for several moments, then a single silver leaf drifted downward. When Ethan touched it, visions filled his mind. He saw kingdoms rise and fall. He saw generations born and generations fade. He witnessed rivers changing course and mountains slowly crumbling. He saw countless lives connected by invisible threads. Every act of kindness spread farther than its creator ever knew. Every choice created new possibilities. Every person carried the power to change the world in ways both small and great. The visions continued. Ethan saw his own village, neighbors helping one another. Families sharing meals. Children laughing, farmers working together during difficult seasons. The simplest acts often carry the greatest meaning. When the visions ended, tears filled Ethan's eyes. "Is that the truth?" he asked softly. The heart tree replied, "It is one truth among many." "What does it mean?" The tree's leaves shimmered. People often search for grand secrets while overlooking the value of everyday goodness. Wisdom is not hidden in distant places alone. It lives within compassion, courage, and understanding. Ethan reflected on the journey. The Valley of Echoes had taught him courage. The fox had taught him purpose. The guardian had taught him wisdom. Each challenge had prepared him for this lesson. Then another question entered his mind. What happened to Elias? The forest grew quiet. A figure emerged from behind the heart tree. An old man stepped forward. His hair was silver. His eyes sparkled with warmth. To Ethan's amazement, he carried a notebook nearly identical to his own. "Elias," Ethan whispered. The old man smiled. "Yes, but everyone said you disappeared. I chose to stay." Ethan stared. "Why?" Elias looked around the clearing. "When I found the heart tree, I realized the forest needed a guardian, someone to protect its balance." The old explorer gently touched the tree's bark. "For many years, I have watched over this place." Ethan sat beside him. The two spent hours talking. Elias shared stories of magical creatures, forgotten civilizations, and wonders hidden throughout the world. As evening approached, Ethan realized something. He missed home. He missed his grandfather. He missed the village. The heart tree seemed to understand. "You have gained what you came seeking." Ethan nodded. "I think so." then it is time to return. The lantern floated into the air. Its golden glow intensified. Elias handed Ethan a small silver leaf, a reminder. Will I ever return? Ethan asked. The old explorer smiled. The forest welcomes those who remember its lessons. The lantern's light surrounded Ethan. The clearing faded, the trees blurred. A warm breeze touched his face. When the light vanished, he found himself standing on the hill overlooking his village. Only moments seemed to have passed. Smoke rose from chimneys. Children played near the square. Everything looked exactly as he remembered. His grandfather stood outside waiting. Instead of appearing surprised, the old man simply smiled. You found it, didn't you? Ethan nodded. The heart tree. And what did it teach you? Ethan looked at the silver leaf in his hand. It taught me that the greatest treasures aren't always hidden in magical places. His grandfather raised an eyebrow. Oh. Ethan smiled. They're often found in how we treat each other. The old man laughed softly. That sounds like wisdom worth keeping. Years passed. Ethan grew older. He became a teacher, sharing stories with future generations. He never spoke of every secret hidden within the forgotten forest. Some mysteries were meant to remain mysteries, but he always taught the lessons he learned. Be brave when fear whispers. Be kind when kindness is needed. Seek understanding before judgment, and never stop being curious. Sometimes, on quiet autumn evenings, Ethan would climb the northern hill and look toward the distant forest. Far among the trees, he occasionally glimpsed a tiny golden light. The lantern, still shining, still guiding, still waiting for the next seeker brave enough to follow its path into the unknown. And whenever he saw that light, Ethan smiled, knowing that true wisdom was not the end of a journey. It was the beginning of a lifetime of learning, growing, and helping others find their own way through the darkness. The forgotten forest remained mysterious. The heart tree continued to stand at its center, and the lantern's golden glow never faded, reminding all who believed that courage, kindness, and curiosity would always illuminate the path ahead.